Hello everyone, as with you always, this is Rich doing another video tonight on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful evening wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. SWIFT, the BIS, World Bank, IMF, all of them will be connected to XRP directly or indirectly. XRP is the asset responsible for settling transactions in the global financial system. You know, when Brad gets a seat at these tables, it's not that Brad was choosing to try to get a seat at these tables. Brad was positioned there a long time ago. Remember all the way back in like 2014, 2015, when he was sitting there with the ECB and the World Bank and so on? That all happened by design. That's the reason that I know when I tell you XRP is the future, I absolutely know it was chosen for the future. Everything that we're seeing happen right now was put in motion a hell of a long time ago, long before XRP was even created. This whole plan was put in motion. Since then, Ripple set out to put all the rails in place for this cryptocurrency. We're holding the rail cars that are going to be moving value from point A to point B in the future. And it's not just going to be money like central bank digital currencies or stable coins. It's going to be tokenized assets and tokenized gold and oil and so on. We are holding something that can easily give us not just financial freedom, but generational wealth. Coinbase drops anti-bank Your Way Out film framing crypto as the escape from the system. In its new Your Way Out short film, Coinbase portrays modern life, especially the traditional financial system, like a rigged game where people are stuck in the same loop over and over. World Bank repeat. In Coinbase's version of Free Guy movie, people use the old systems are basically NPC players following a script, and crypto as the exit door. If you're still in the current financial system, I'm talking about every single week, putting money in the bank, putting money in your savings account or checking account. It's like going through an endless cycle. The bank continues to make money while you don't make any money from your money. What's great about crypto is crypto allows you to earn off of your money, not just by buying and holding a cryptocurrency. Soon, you're going to be able to put that cryptocurrency to work for you, and it's going to earn you money all day long. You're never going to need a 9-to-5 job ever again. You're going to get passive monthly income just by holding certain assets. And if you're holding the right cryptocurrencies, you're going to be retired very soon. The operators of Wall Street's oldest exchanges are racing to wire crypto infrastructure into the traditional financial system. You know, when you see that the stock market is coming on chain, that tells you what's about to happen. Think about it. They want to take the stock market into places in the world where people could never invest in these U.S. stocks ever before. Now, all of a sudden, everyone around the world is going to be able to buy stocks in U.S. companies. They're doing the same thing with the U.S. dollar. They wanted to have a tokenized version of it so that they could take it into places of the world where the U.S. dollar has never gone before. That's why tokenization is such a big deal. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink compares tokenization to the internet in 1996, arguing it could modernize finance and expand investor access. So when Larry Fink is talking about tokenization, The one issue I have with this, he's also pushing for a one world currency. He has mentioned it multiple times. And I think that it's better to have all these countries have their own currency. It gives a level playing field to every country all around the world. And it doesn't matter. You're still going to need a bridge for all of those currencies. But he is pushing towards one world currency. Now, that one world currency could actually be XRP. It could be the one world bridge currency, because we know that's what XRP actually is. But there's going to be dark sides to tokenization. Remember, he wants to tokenize everything of value, even private companies. And think about buying a house in the future. If everything's going to become a tokenized asset and you want to buy a house, you're going to have to make sure you're getting 100% of the tokens associated with that property. Or you might end up paying some guy who owns 10% of that property rent every single month. We're still a bit early on tokenization, but as it starts to amp up, I think there's going to have to be some guardrails put in place when it comes to tokenization. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says AI could widen the gap between rich and poor drastically. You have to be invested into the fifth industrial revolution, AI. I still believe by holding XRP, you're already invested in the rise of AI. But they're also talking about the AI bubble bursting. You're going to see a lot of these AI companies fold up. It's going to happen. Same thing in crypto. 99% of crypto is going to disappear. You're going to see a bottleneck in all the exchanges. If an exchange isn't doing KYC or AML, that exchange is going to fold up as well. What it's going to be is a cleansing of everything, a cleansing in the AI space, a cleansing in the crypto space, a cleansing in the exchanges. And what we're left with when everything is said and done is going to be only a handful of winners in each sector. You're going to have a handful of AI companies that really excel. Cryptocurrencies that really excel. Exchanges, they're going to excel to some extent, but I think the banks are eventually going to become the exchanges of the future, because the banks, they have no choice but to start offering crypto to their customers, or they're just going to get left behind. Bitcoin hash rate is falling off of a cliff due to major miners pivoting to AI. What was I just saying a few short weeks ago? For years, miners chased Bitcoin rewards. Now some are chasing AI compute instead. Hash rate dipping equals major signal. Anybody that's mining Bitcoin, they're going to see better returns by pushing their power towards AI. Because AI, it's just at the beginning. We're going to really see this explode over the next couple of years. And people are going to capitalize on that. It's even like when the president was talking about we need all this power for all these data centers. They're going to resort to Bitcoin mining. They're going to push all that power towards AI. Because technology doesn't stop advancing. And Bitcoin, honestly, it's just the past. And it's going to push deeper and deeper into the past over time. People say XRP can't reach $100, but Ripple is spending billions on expansion, partnering with MasterCard, launching RLUSD on the XRP ledger, working with banks and payment networks, seeing XRP treasury firms preparing for NASDAQ. This isn't a meme coin. It's the plumbing for global finance. $100 is just the beginning. $100 per XRP. It sounds like a lot right now, but soon people are going to be talking about $1,000 per XRP because we're already going to be over $100 on this cryptocurrency. Ripple is not done launching stablecoins yet. I think RLEUR will be the next one. That one's going to launch in Europe. Then most likely you'll see Ripple launch a coin in Japan. Because what Ripple is creating is a system where you're going to see XRP in the middle, like a massive liquidity pool in between RLUSD, RLEUR, and so on. And that was always part of the plan. But when you talk about tokenization, that's going to be the soonest game changer for XRP, in my opinion. That coupled with institutional adoption. XRP moving value, that's going to happen on top of all of this. That's how big this actually is. 53% of XRP transactions are payments, study shows, and you see it right here. The payments are really starting to amp up on the XRP ledger, and it's not really having an impact on XRP right now, but I think it's going to start to have a big impact very soon. Everybody always said, well, we need to have transactions start amping up into the billions, and that's going to really affect the price of XRP. I just don't think we're quite there yet to see value come from this, but it shows you that we are moving in the right direction. As payments start to really amp up, you're also going to see more XRP being burned at the same time. XRP open interest drops over 60% from the peak. XRP open interest has fallen from a $2.6 billion peak to roughly $900 million to $1 billion in early 2026. Price has tracked the deleveraging move, sliding from above $3.20 in July to around $1.39 today. Don't worry, the second the price breaks out, even in the slightest, you will see that open interest return in a very massive way. Because when the price breaks out, you're going to have that retail FOMO coming back. This time, it's institutional FOMO that's going to have the biggest impact, in my opinion. Much higher amounts of money coming from institutions. But they always drop these articles when the price is down. It's like they want to beat you down even more when you're looking at your portfolio. They want to make you question whether or not you should sell your XRP. That's what it comes down to. But anybody that sells now, they're only buying back in at higher prices later. I'm sure she knew exactly what was going on. So Hawktua Girl warns others to stay clear of crypto in latest interview. And she talks about how she was traumatized after her meme coin fully rug pulled. But why would you warn people to stay out of crypto? Just because you got into this space, created a coin, and it rugged, doesn't mean that the next person isn't going to come into this space, invest in the right cryptocurrencies, and get life-changing money. I think that's horrible advice. And, you don't want to be gambling on meme coins. Most meme coins end up being rug pulls. Just wait until these meme coins disappear, like an overnight event because of regulations. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money when that happens. But if you're positioned in the right way, you're about to get retired very soon. XRP can easily retire anyone that holds it. And it's not all about how much XRP you're holding. It's about how long you can continue holding. It's about waiting until XRP achieves those much higher price points. You're going to get life-changing money in the coming months, but you have to have that game plan to go with it. And until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.